first ever gig there was a mess. It was a mess. It was a disaster of epic proportions. I was too drunk, but it's still the most memorable gig I've ever had. There was some random night, they were playing a lot of indie rock and alternative music, which I grew up with. Electronic music wasn't love at first sight for me. That what I grew up with was indie and alternative music. And they were blasting that at Future one night. And I was watching the DJ. I couldn't remember who was playing. But there was that moment that I was telling my wife now, Leia, the one who owns it, I want to do that. I want to learn how to do that. Future was where I learned almost everything, like the ethics, the music, the people I work with now. Almost everyone started at Future. It was really a good learning experience for me. It still is. I'm still here, still seeing a lot of people who I practically grew up with here, and I couldn't be luckier having this as a core group. During the day, I write about a lot of things. And come nighttime, I immerse myself in this world where people should be writing more about. I spend about 4 to 5 hours in the day writing, just working. And then come nighttime, I transform. Everything else changes. I do it all over again the next day. I'm not complaining though. It's a good balance. I do everything I enjoy during the day and during the night. At this time, electronic music is thriving. Despite everything else, whatever people would tell you that, it's been dead for a while, blah, blah, blah. It's not. It's just always been there. You just have to be in that place, listening to that kind of music. But it's never been dead. It never went away. You just have to reappreciate it again with all these new sets of DJs, all these new sets of electronic acts. Because they're never going to be getting the same thing. There's always going to be something new, which could be better or which could be equally as good. So I'm very, very lucky to be part of the movement right now. One of the developments I've noticed is the amount of international acts coming in. Their interest is growing, which is a good start. But the challenge here is to make sure that people are always interested. People always have the drive to come to your event or to come to watch this DJ even if they don't know them. Because as an event organizer, I know the challenges. The bigger challenge is for them to keep on coming back. I just want to keep on working harder. If you get too relaxed or if you become lazy, it's not going to help the industry. It's not going to help the crowd. It's not going to help educate people of the music that they could be enjoying at the moment if they're not yet. So yeah, just keep on working harder. Yeah, we often talk about this in our core group that it's mostly people are scared of what they don't know. If they don't know it, they're not going to be too interested with it. And it's also very true with house and techno. And they're not going to be the kind of person, if they're going to come in alone and they don't know the event, they're not going to be going there. But if they come in with groups who would help them, like encourage them to come over, it could help. That's why it's good to connect with them outside of the booth. Like make time for them outside of the booth or outside of the event. Do what you can to share the music you like. Tell them more about this artist. Tell them more about this event. I think it helps people spark their interest, open their minds sometimes. Because if you just invite them in vain, wishing that they would come, it's not going to work. You have to help them appreciate it. Because it's not always as easy as it comes. We would play music here at Future, music that they don't always listen to, and they end up going back, and some of them end up playing the same thing they don't listen to before, which is growth. I think that's growth. And what happens is they pass it on to people they know. So yeah, I think it's just about keeping the community spirit. Well, the appeal to me personally is people dancing and not talking. It's just that's what I get from the scene where I am in. It's house and techno. It has this infectious vibe that if you find yourself in that room with that kind of music blasting, you don't have to talk, you don't have to think, you just have to move. It's sort of a let out, exactly. So yeah. As a DJ, you have this responsibility to feed your crowd something they don't listen to or something they don't know. Because if you're just gonna be playing the same thing that they would appreciate, you're gonna be playing something safe, then might as well have those people stay home and listen to their iPods. Personally, I believe that you have this responsibility in the booth to have these people listening to something else, something they never knew that they would like. And it's always the most rewarding part, really. If you end up watching those people who were just recently on the side of the club, as you play music they might not know, as they walked in, and you watch them come in the center and start dancing. It's always the best part. But you can't always expect that, really. There are always the harder crowds to work with. There's always the empty places you have to play in. It's everything, it's all part of it. You can't always be expecting to make people dance. But you do have the responsibility to set the vibe. So whether or not you're playing for one person or 100 people, you have that responsibility to communicate with your crowd. So yeah, it's always a challenge. I'm Samantha Nicole, currently a resident DJ at 2020. I also play at different clubs like Time in Manila. I play music for a living, and we're gonna keep on doing it.